There's this primal pull we all have towards the unexplained, isn't there?
Definitely.
Especially those mysteries that just seem to defy logic. They blur the lines between, whispered legends and actual chilling reality.
Mm-hmm.
So today, we're embarking on a deep dive into some really unsettling, unresolved mysteries from Japan.
Right.
We've looked at a stack of sources, and we're going beyond the sort of well-known folklore. These are incidents that have baffled investigators, baffled entire communities.
And it's a fascinating look, really, at how these stories, some are tragic deaths, others are more like digital enigmas. They just continue to haunt and puzzle us.
Yeah.
And often they reveal these deeper societal layers, unexpected things about human behavior, the justice system.
Absolutely. So let's start with a case that is, frankly, is completely perplexing.
Mm-hmm.
It's this bewildering discovery from February 1989, Tamura County, Fukushima.
Okay.
Picture this. It's late, February 28th. A school teacher, Yumi Tanaka, goes to use an outdoor restroom.
An old-fashioned squat toilet.
Right. Yeah.
In there.
Exactly. You squat over a bowl. And the key thing here is the waste pipe. It's this tightly angled U-shaped pipe leading down to an underground septic tank.
Got it.
So Yumi looks down into the toilet bowl and she sees something really bizarre. A leather shoe.
A shoe inside the toilet pipe.
Deep inside. She's confused, obviously. So she goes outside to check the septic tank lid, the concrete lid.
Yeah.
It's already ajar.
Yeah.
And what she saw next,
Yeah.
well, I imagine it would stick with you forever.
Oh, man. What was it?
Squashed inside that narrow septic tank pipe, covered in human waste, was the frozen body of a man. Now Yuki Kano. He was 26, worked at the local power plant.
Frozen. Covered in. Wow. How did he even get in there?
Well, the autopsy later revealed he'd actually died 2 days earlier, February 26th. Cause of death was a combination of pressure on his chest and hypothermia.
Hypothermia in a septic tank.
Yeah. And investigators found him in this incredibly strange position. He was lying on his back, kind of in a fetal position. His head was just under the squat toilet opening.
Yeah.
And despite the freezing temperatures, his torso was completely bare. His shirt was neatly folded, sitting on top of his body.
Folded while he was stuck in a pipe.
Exactly. And one of his shoes was actually on his face. That was the one Yumi saw first.
On his face?
Yep. And the other shoe, found quite a distance away, down by a riverbed.
Okay, that's already really weird.
His car was nearby too. Keys still in the ignition, doors unlocked.
So what did the police make of all this?
Well, this is where it gets deeply controversial. The authorities, they closed the case pretty quickly. Their conclusion,
Let me guess. Suicide. Accident.
worse in a way. They concluded that now Yuki must have willingly squeezed himself into that pipe
Willingly. Why?
to peep up at women using the bathroom.
Yeah.
And apparently to somehow enjoy the feeling of their waist covering him.
What? No. That sounds insane.
You can imagine the reaction. Absolute outrage.
I bet.
Now Yuki's friends, his family, they were just stunned. This young man, he was known everywhere in the community as this upstanding, sunny, moral guy.
Right.
He helped locals with odd jobs, solved problems. He was a really respected figure in the local youth club, even served as its, minister of entertainment and activities.
A role model, basically.
Totally. Considered a role model by all the young members. They just could not believe that someone so intelligent, so compassionate, could die doing something so, shameful and foolish.
Yeah, that doesn't track at all.
So over 4,300 local villagers signed a petition demanding the case be reopened.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It is, but the authorities denied it. They just said he only had minor abrasions, suggesting no force was involved. Case closed.
Minor abrasions.
Okay.
Okay, let's dig into this a bit, because the evidence contradicting that official story is pretty compelling. It really suggests foul play.
Right.
First off, the pipe itself. Now Yuki's shoulders were 16 inches wide.
Okay.
The diameter of that U-shaped pipe he supposedly slid into, only 14 inches.
14. So how?
Exactly. The recovery crew couldn't even pull his body out. They had to actually destroy the entire pipe just to extract him. Wow. So he couldn't have just slipped in easily.
It seems physically impossible. And think about it. If he slid in face up, feet first, he'd immediately realize there was no way out, right? He couldn't get past the ceramic toilet above him, couldn't crawl back out.
Yeah, you'd be trapped instantly.
Would he really risk that for some bizarre fantasy? Especially when apparently the bathroom lighting was so weak he probably couldn't have seen anything anyway.
It doesn't add up. And what about the other stuff? The shoe by the river?
Another compelling detail, yeah. Makes no sense. Why throw one shoe far away in a river, then crawl into a tiny pipe with the other one on your face?
And the folded shirt. How do you neatly fold a shirt when you're wedged into a 14-inch pipe?
You can't. He must have folded it beforehand. But if it's freezing cold outside, why take your shirt off at all?
Good point. And the cause of death, hypothermia. Isn't that unusual for septic tanks?
It is. Most people who end up in septic tanks, sadly, die from drowning or toxic fumes.
Right, the gases.
Yeah. And while we don't know exactly how much waste was in the pipe, you'd think the fumes alone would be potent enough to kill him faster than the cold.
Okay, so the physical evidence is really problematic for the official story. What about the timing?
The timing is critical. Now Yuki knew Yumi Tanaka, the teacher whose toilet it was. They were close friends.
Okay.
From February 24th to the 28th, the period when he died and was found center, Yumi was away visiting relatives.
And he knew this.
He would have been very familiar with her schedule, yeah.
Yeah.
And even if he somehow didn't know she was gone, he died on a Saturday. Yumi was never at her dorm on weekends.
So, why would he try to peep then?
Exactly. If he was so desperate, why stuff himself into her bathroom pipe when she wasn't even there, knowing he'd have to wait at least 2 whole days for her potential return?
It makes absolutely no sense.
For many people, the only possible answer is he didn't get into that pipe willingly.
Which forces you to ask, right, if someone else put him in there, who and why?
There are theories. Shortly before all this, Naoyuki's village had a mayoral election. He'd initially supported one candidate, Tadashiro Watanabe. But then he found out Watanabe was corrupt, buying votes. Watanabe won anyway.
And now Yuki.
He was furious. Being a man of principle, he immediately turned his back on the new mayor, publicly,
Okay, so he made an enemy.
potentially.
Yeah.
5 days before his body was found, February 23rd, Naoyuki played a show with his punk band.
Right.
Apparently, he was consumed by anger. He was thrashing his guitar, singing these lyrics, berating the villagers, mocking them for being manipulated by the mayor.
Wow, that's bold.
It sparked a big argument right there between Naoyuki and several guys from the youth club, the same club he was minister in, who were loyal to the mayor.
Ah, the youth club connection again?
Yeah. Witnesses said these men followed Naoyuki out to his car after the argument.
Okay, this is getting darker.
Some speculate they forced him into his car, drove him to that septic tank, knocked him out,
Oh, God.
and while he was still alive, stuffed him inside the pipe.
And then he woke up.
Possibly. Woke up in the cold, dark pipe, realized the horror of his situation, couldn't get out, squeezed into that fetal position for warmth, maybe, and then succumbed to the cold.
That is horrifying. But was it? Was it definitely murder? Or could it have been something else?
Well, the speculation includes maybe it was a setup, right? Get rid of the mayor's outspoken critic and frame him as a peeping Tom.
Plausible, given the politics.
Or, perhaps slightly less sinisterly, maybe these guys didn't actually intend to kill him. Maybe it was some kind of, I don't know, prank or hazing that went horribly, horribly wrong.
A joke gone wrong. That also seems possible, tragically. What about the police handling of it all? You said they closed it quickly.
Yeah, and it's worth noting the police work was apparently quite crude. Mishandling remains, accidentally destroying evidence.
Not good.
And the coroner, who examined Naoyuki, quit his job shortly after declaring no foul play.
That's suggestive.
It made many wonder if the mayor himself pulled strings.
Yeah.
You know, get his young supporters off the hook, order the authorities to just flush the evidence, so to speak.
It's certainly suspicious.
While it might seem extreme for young guys to kill Naoyuki over an argument about the mayor,
The alternative, that he crawled in willingly, just seems impossible, given the facts and his character.
exactly. This case isn't just about a bizarre death. It's a chilling reminder, isn't it? How easily official stories can be bent, maybe to protect power, even with all these contradictions and a whole community screaming for justice.
A truly disturbing puzzle.
Okay, shifting gears now. From that kind of physical confinement, let's move to a very public space where a different sort of mystery unfolded. The Yokkaichi incident, February 2004. This one highlights the dangers of, well, public judgment.
Ah, yes, this one is also deeply troubling.
Our victim here is just known as Oja-san, which means uncle or older man in Japanese.
Right.
He was 68 years old, doing some shopping at a busy Jusco department store, big chain in Japan.
Okay.
He'd just spent his last bit of money on groceries. He's got heavy bags. He slowly goes over to the ATM. He's preoccupied, doesn't notice this woman lingering nearby. She's got a hood up, an infant strapped to her chest. She'd apparently been standing there for like 5 minutes, not using the machine.
Suspicious already.
Oji-san withdraws his money, turns to leave. Just as he's about to exit the ATM area, the woman quickly walks up, bumps into his shoulder intentionally.
Okay.
Fake surprise, like it was an accident.
Yeah.
And then she gently starts running her hands over his pockets.
A pickpocket attempt.
He realizes immediately she's after the money he just withdrew. Despite his age, he's quick. He grabs his wallet just as she does.
Good for him.
They grapple for a second. She's trying desperately to pull it away. She realizes she can't overpower him, so she grabs his arm, his collar, and starts screaming, "Dorobo!"
Thief!
Exactly. Thief.
Oh.
Instantly, 3 nearby shoppers rush over.
Oh, no.
They see this woman, apparently distressed, holding an infant.
And they assume.
They assume the old man must be attacking her. They pin Oji-san to the ground, restrain him, try to yank the wallet away from him to give to the woman.
It's his wallet.
He's holding on for dear life, refusing to be robbed. He held on so tight, apparently several of his bank cards snapped in the struggle.
Wow.
He's pleading with them. "I'm innocent. She's robbing me." But they won't listen. They call the authorities.
This is awful. What happened when the police arrived?
Well, this is where it gets even worse.
Yeah.
2 young, maybe inexperienced officers happen to be close by. They respond first.
Okay.
They see Oji-san, clearly frantic, probably still struggling or shouting. They immediately slap handcuffs on him, force him to stay on the floor.
Oh, come on.
They handled him really aggressively. Apparently, they even broke one of the lenses in his glasses.
That's excessive.
For the next 20 minutes, Oji-san is held down. One officer actually kneeling on top of him.
20 minutes?
Yeah.
Kneeling on a 68-year-old man.
Yeah. The poor man starts groaning. He throws up. He even loses consciousness.
Yeah.
The stress, the brutality, it spiked his blood pressure catastrophically.
But did they get him medical help?
No. Even then, the officers refused to take off the handcuffs or call for help.
Unbelievable.
Eventually, more experienced officers arrive. They see what's happening, how badly these rookies are handling it. They ask, okay, where's the supposed victim? The woman. The rookies have no idea. She'd slipped away into the crowd ages ago, unnoticed.
Of course she had.
The senior officers realize Oji-san is in a really bad way. They finally take off the cuffs, call an ambulance, but it was too late. The damage was done.
Don't say it.
He'd gone into cardiac arrest. Oji-san died in the hospital the next day.
Oh, that's just tragic and utterly infuriating.
And get this, the police initially filed charges against Oji-san posthumously.
Against the dead victim.
Yep. Despite having zero evidence he'd done anything wrong, and without even knowing who or where the actual thief, the woman, was.
That's beyond words. Did anyone look into it further?
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah.
Some diligent officers, they weren't happy with how it went down. They took it upon themselves to investigate properly.
Good.
They checked the Vishisco CCTV footage, and very quickly it confirmed everything Oji-san had tried to tell them.
He was innocent.
Completely innocent. The footage showed the woman clearly attempting to steal his cards and wallet. He was the victim, yet he was dead, and she'd vanished.
So they started looking for her.
The hunt began.
Yeah.
But even though she'd touched his wallet, his cards, no fingerprints.
Gloves, maybe?
Yeah.
Or just wiped clean?
Possibly. Now, usually, because of strict privacy laws in Japan, police don't release CCTV footage to the public.
Right.
But in this case, they made a kind of exception. Forensic artists took 2 still images of the woman from the cameras, enhanced them, tried to get a clearer picture of her face.
And they released those.
In 2005, a year after the incident, they released these enhanced stills to the public, hoping someone would recognize her.
Did it work? What did the images look like?
Well, one image in particular got a lot of attention online. People immediately noticed this really strong uncanny valley effect.
Uncanny Valley. Like almost human, but creepy.
Exactly, that unsettling feeling. It looked almost human, but not quite right. Artificial. Strange.
Okay.
Pretty soon, internet users started calling her the Just Go Zombie.
The Dusko Zombie. Seriously?
Yeah, because in that enhanced image, her face just appeared
Well.
inhuman. Dead-looking, synthetic, like it was made of plastic or
Well,
something.
okay. Was she wearing a mask then?
That's the surprising part. According to eyewitnesses who were right there at the scene, definitely not wearing a mask.
Really? So that was her actual face in the photo.
Apparently so. They gave a clear description to the police. 25 to 30 years old, about 5'2", dark clothes, shoulder-length brown hair, Japanese native based on appearance and accent.
And they confirmed her face looked unusual.
Yes, they confirmed her facial features were indeed very unusual. Everyone agreed on that. Investigators figured she must have been local
Okay.
because she wasn't caught on any other cameras leaving the store. She likely knew the layout, the best escape routes, how to just melt away.
Clever and terrifying. So, did they ever find her?
No. Since those images were released in 2005, there hasn't been a single new lead. Nothing. To this day, nobody knows who the Just Zombie was, or if she ever struck again. The statute of limitations has passed now. Nobody is actively looking for her anymore.
And poor Oji-san. What about his name?
It wasn't until March 2011, 7 long years later, that the authorities finally officially acknowledged his innocence. His reputation was wrongly tarnished for all that time.
7 years.
His family eventually took the police to court. After some initial, apparently insulting compensation offer, the Nagoya High Court ordered the police to pay $350,000.
Better, but...
Yeah, obviously no amount of money brings him back. The Just Zombie case, it just forces you to confront your own biases, doesn't it? The irreversible damage of snap judgments.
Especially when authority figures are involved.
Absolutely. It's such a stark lesson in how quickly justice can become tragedy, based purely on appearance and assumption.
Purely chilling.
Okay, so if that case highlighted the dangers of rushed judgment, our next story dives into outright defiance and its potential dark consequences. This one involves the Japanese Yakuza.
Ah, okay. A different kind of danger.
Yeah. You know, in the West, the Yakuza often get romanticized, right? Slick, noble, intelligent gangsters, maybe a classier kind of mafioso.
Yeah, that stereotype exists.
Even in Japan, they were, and maybe still are to some extent, portrayed as these underground businessmen with a strong code of honor, loyalty.
But one person who absolutely hated that stereotype was Juzo Itami.
Famous Japanese director, right?
Exactly. He saw the Yakuza for what he believed they really were. Low IQ brutes and thugs, basically. Manipulated by a few smarter leaders.
No morals, no values, no honor in his view.
None. And he wanted to expose that. As a writer and director, he was in a perfect position to try.
And he did, didn't he, with that film?
He really hit it big and hit them hard with his 1992 comedy film, Mimbo no Ana.
Which translates to...
The Gentle Art of Japanese Extortion. It openly satirized the Yakuza, made them look like absolute fools, basically.
And making fun of the Yakuza back then?
Yeah,
It was risky.
Extremely rare in Japanese media, yeah. Reputation is huge in Japan. Itami had just seriously damaged their image, and, well, they weren't going to let that slide.
Wow.
The retaliation was incredibly swift and brutal. Just 6 days after Mimbo no Onna premiered, Itami was ambushed. 5 members of the Gotogumi clan, a really powerful Yakuza group.
What did they do?
They held him down, beat him up badly, and then they slowly sliced his face up.
Oh my God. Sliced his face.
Yeah. He was rushed to the hospital. Thankfully, he made a full recovery.
But the message was sent.
Loud and clear. Interestingly, that specific attack actually led to a national crackdown on gangsters and their activities for a while.
Huh. So it backfired on them in a way.
A little bit, yeah. But the personal message to Itami was unmistakable. You are a marked man. One more film like that and it'll be worse.
Most people would probably back down after that.
You'd think so. But not Juzo Itami. What's fascinating here is his defiance. He refused to be intimidated.
You kept going.
In 1997, he started working on a new film. This time, a documentary, The Aim, to expose Tokyo gangsters and, crucially, their political connections.
Wow. Even more dangerous territory.
It was a project he would never finish.
Why not? What happened?
On December 20th, 1997, Juzo Itami was found dead outside his office building in Tokyo.
How?
It looked like he jumped from the roof.
A suicide.
That was the official finding. On his desk, he'd left a note. It explained his decision to jump.
Why? What did it say?
Apparently, a tabloid journalist was about to publish a story alleging he was having an affair behind his wife's back.
Okay.
The note claimed the allegations were false, and he believed ending his life was the only way to prove his innocence and clear his name.
And did that article come out?
2 days later, yes, a newspaper published the story about the supposed affair. So the authorities quickly closed the case. Suicide. Note was authentic. End of story.
But given his history with the Yakuza.
Exactly. This begs a huge question, doesn't it? What about the counter-narrative?
His family? Friends?
Many people, including Itami's own family, firmly believe he was murdered. Thrown from that roof.
Why?
In their minds, there's just no way Juzo Itami would kill himself over an accusation like that. Whether it was true or false, it just wasn't his character.
He wouldn't commit suicide out of shame, basically.
Precisely. He wasn't the type for that kind of ritualistic shame-based act.
Yeah.
And then something else emerged later.
Right.
In 2008, a former member of the Gotumi clan, the same clan that attacked him before, spoke to an American journalist.
And said what?
He said, and this is a direct quote apparently, We dragged Uso up to the roof and put a gun in his face, and we gave him a choice jump, and you might live or stay and we'll blow your face off. He jumped. He didn't live.
Whoa, Uso.
Yeah, apparently Uso was a common nickname for Juzo Itami.
Oh my God. That's chillingly specific, and it fits perfectly with their previous violence towards him.
It sounds extremely plausible, doesn't it? Given how they reacted to Mimbo no Onna. This raises a critical question. Did the authorities ever officially look into this confession, or did the original suicide conclusion just stand?
It seems like the suicide ruling stood.
Yeah. Most of Itami's fans, his family, they believe it was a hit. The prevailing belief is that Itami, this brave, honest man, lost his life because he dared to expose the Yakuza for what he saw as their true, unglamorous, brutal nature.
Silence for telling the truth. Another deeply unsettling story. Okay, let's shift from the shadows of organized crime to a mystery born purely in the digital world. We'll wrap up our deep dive with a modern enigma. It shows how even, digital images can have these deeply unsettling, unresolved origins.
Right. The internet has its own brand of mysteries.
Totally. And most of you listening have probably seen this image. It's widely associated with that 2011 creepypasta story, Jeff the Killer.
Jeff the Killer, yes. Very iconic image.
It's super iconic. Creepypasta, for anyone who doesn't know, is basically horror folklore shared virally online. The story itself, maybe not a masterpiece.
Hey, perhaps not.
But that picture, it has to be one of the most recognizable horror images on the internet.
Definitely stuck around longer than most from that era.
Yeah, where others faded, this one persists. But what some of you might not know is that the image itself is shrouded in mystery.
Meaning?
In short.
Yeah.
Nobody really knows where it originally came from. It's obviously a heavily edited photo, right?
Barely photoshopped, yeah.
But to this day, its true origin is unclear. For the past decade, honestly, creepypasta fans, internet sleuths all over the world have been playing detective, trying desperately to track down the original unedited photo.
And there have been claims, right? Didn't the story creator say something?
Yeah, Sousa, the guy credited with the character story, claimed back in 2008 that he created the image using a mask. But we know that's not true.
How so?
The image is very clearly photoshopped, not a mask. And crucially, the image itself actually predates his story. It was already circulating.
Ah, okay. So where did the trail lead then?
Well, the journey of these internet detectives is pretty fascinating. It seems to point towards Japan.
Japan again.
1 year before Sousa's story, in 2007, a Japanese video popped up on YouTube. It was called N Special Broadcast.
What was it?
It was a recreation of a Japanese urban legend that was popular then about some weird late-night news broadcast. And right at the very end of this video, the Jeff the Killer image flashes on screen for a split second.
Whoa. So it was in Japan even earlier.
Exactly, hinting at Japanese origins. And that theory got even stronger later. The Jeff image was found in an archived post on pr.cc.
What's pr.c?
A now defunct Japanese message board, like an old forum. And this post, titled simply Scary, was made way back in November 2005.
2005. That's long before it hit the West.
Way before, 2 years before that YouTube video even.
Okay.
And then, connecting the dots further, an even earlier version of the image surfaced.
Earlier than November 2005?
Yep, September 2005. Also on pr.cc, posted by a user named Mulholland Sun.
Okay. What was different about this version?
This one was titled White Powder Part 2.
Oh.
It was less edited than the version we usually see, and underneath it had the phrase, "Go out with me."
Go out with me. Weird.
This seems to be the furthest back anyone's been able to reliably track the Jeff image, the version with the fewest edits.
So White Powder Part 2. What does that mean? Any context?
Well, this potentially ties into a trend that was popular on Japanese internet forums around that time,
Right.
especially on anonymous image boards like 2channel.
Or trend?
It was called Kawaii Kusaseri. Roughly translates to the Let Me Be Cute challenge.
Okay.
Basically, a user would upload an innocent picture, often of a person, and ask other users to make me cute.
Right.
Then other users would jump in and make increasingly creepy edits to the picture, transforming it into something more, kawaii, in a disturbing way, rather than actually cute.
Ah, I see. Like a game of creepy telephone with images.
Exactly. It would go on and on, the picture getting more cursed with each edit. And often, during this process, the original source image would just get lost. Different edit chains would branch off.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, seeing how Mulholland Sun titled his image White Powder 2, it strongly suggests he might have been playing this Let Me Be Cute game.
And the edits themselves. The black eyes, the mouth.
Yeah, the black eyes, the elongated mouth, and the later, more famous versions. Some people think that could even be a deliberate play on the Kuchisake Onna.
The slit-mouthed woman legend from Japan.
Exactly.
Ah.
It fits that whole creepy transformation vibe.
Okay, so that's a strong theory. Did it end there?
Well, just last year, there was a pretty significant breakthrough. Mulholland's son, the guy who posted White Powder Part 2 back in 2005,
Yeah.
he was actually tracked down on Twitter.
No way. Did he talk? What did he say?
He did. According to him, the image he posted wasn't an original photo he took. It was a screenshot
A screenshot from what?
from a video that was apparently circulating around Japan back then. He said the clip featured a middle-aged Asian woman approaching the camera.
Okay.
He just took a screenshot from this video, made some edits himself in Photoshop, and uploaded that to pr.cc as White Powder 2.
And that image got picked up by others.
And warped further, edited more, eventually resulting in the super famous Jeff the Killer image we all recognize today.
Wow. So that's likely the origin story. Does the original video still exist?
That's the catch. Mulholland believes the original video he took the screenshot from is now lost to time, vanished from the internet.
Ah, so close, yet still a missing piece.
Exactly. It leaves this tantalizing final piece of the puzzle missing. And just to be clear, all those other theories you sometimes hear that it's a picture of a real bullied kid or someone specific, they've all been pretty thoroughly debunked. None of them really fit the timeline or the evidence.
So the Jeff the Killer image, it's not just a digital mystery. It's kind of a testament to how the internet creates its own mythology, isn't it?
Perfectly put. How an anonymous, random edit can just explode, become this globally recognized icon, completely divorced from whatever its original context was.
And the truth just gets swallowed up by the viral nature of it all, lost in the online lore.
So what does this all mean? This image, it's such a powerful example of how these digital mysteries can just persist,
Right.
evolving, spreading across cultures.
Yeah.
Yet their actual origins stay elusive, buried deep in the internet archives, maybe lost forever.
We've certainly traversed some truly unsettling ground today, from a man inexplicably found in a septic tank to a mysterious, tragic figure dubbed a zombie in a department store, a director's dangerous defiance against the Yakuza, and finally the strange, elusive origins of a chilling internet image. Each of these cases, really, in its own unique way, it just underscores this unsettling nature of the unknown, doesn't it? And the enduring questions that just hang there when the official stories don't quite add up, or when crucial pieces of the puzzle simply vanish.
Absolutely. What really stands out to you from these deep dives we've done today? Questions do these tales raise for you about justice, maybe, or human nature, or even just the sheer power of a single image to grab our collective imagination like Jeff the Killer did? These are definitely the kinds of mysteries that make you want to look a little closer, perhaps. And maybe wonder, what other dark secrets might still be lurking just beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? Or maybe destined to remain mysteries forever?